Hey, Dragon Slayers. It's been about an hour and a half or so since my last meal. Blood sugar, it's 146. So, my last meal was several slices of pizza. Had like maybe about a cup of a carbonara, a like fettuccine carbonara pasta, one like little tiny bread knot, and like four meatballs. So yeah, went out with some friends tonight to an Italian dinner, ate well, and yeah, it was really good. So today's video is all about fat adaptation and metabolic exercise. Why would a highly obese person ever be hungry? They have enough fat stores to last a very long time, right? The world record for fasting went to a 456-pound man who fasted for 382 days, consumed only water and vitamins, and lost an astounding 276 pounds with no ill effects at all. But the average overweight person is used to being in the fed state, has very little practice in the fasted state, and is continually burning glucose rather than fat at the cellular level. They have changes in their cellular metabolism. The cells can burn either glucose, sugar, or fat for fuel, and over time, they will have a preference for one or the other. Sugar burners have increased the cellular pathways that burn glucose and decreased or downregulated the underutilized pathways for burning fat. So, what happens to the overweight sugar burner who stops eating for a few hours? As they run out of glucose from their last meal, instead of seamlessly transitioning to the fasted state and mobilizing and burning stored body fat, they become hungry for more glucose from carbohydrates. They will spend most of the day trapped in a cycle of eating every few hours, spiking glucose, and then becoming hungry when blood sugar drops. A good analogy is that of a tanker truck on a freeway filled with oil. If the tanker truck runs out of gas, it stops moving, despite the fact that it has 10,000 gallons of potential fuel on board. Why? Because it prefers to run on refined gas instead and is incapable of burning oil for fuel. Humans have the ability to become fat adapted and improve their ability to fuel themselves with stored body fat instead of glucose. However, this takes time and practice, and your body has to do a number of things slowly to upregulate or increase your fat burning pathways. This includes improving insulin sensitivity to lower insulin and promote fat mobilization into free fatty acids from the adipocytes, which are fat cells, as well as upregulating the fat burning pathways at the cellular level. There are several ways to improve fat adaptation or the ability to successfully burn stored body fat for energy. These include the following. So, one way is low carbohydrate diets. Eating a low carb diet improves the body's ability to utilize fat for energy rather than glucose. Exercise. High intensity exercise depletes glucose and glycogen rapidly, forcing the body to switch over to utilize more fat for fuel. Exercise also improves insulin sensitivity. Caloric restriction. Eating fewer calories also equals less glucose available for fuel, so the body is more frequently forced to rely on stored body fat for fuel. You will always naturally eat the lowest calories when you are maximizing nutrient density by eating whole, natural, unprocessed, real foods found in nature, avoiding processed foods. Once again, we see that satiety is crucial, and that means targeting a high nutrient density diet. Intermittent fasting and spending more time in the fasted state, which gives the body more practice at burning fat. Metabolic exercise. The purpose of the section of his book is to highlight intermittent fasting as a strategy for exercising and strengthening the body's ability to exist in the fasted state. burning fat instead of continually burning sugar from the fed state. Just like anything else, this ability can be strengthened over time with practice, but this ability also atrophies or shrinks over time with lack of use. Just like your muscles atrophy when you break your arm and you have to wear a cast for a few weeks, spending time in the fasted state is actually a form of exercise. It's a workout for your metabolism. In fact, there are lots of parallels between exercise and fasting. Exercise does all of the following great things, which is decreases blood glucose levels, decreases insulin levels, increases insulin sensitivity, increases lipolysis and free fatty acid mobilization, increases cellular fat oxidation, increases glucagon, which is the opposite of insulin, and increases growth hormone, which also has the opposite effect of insulin. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also support me on Patreon. And remember that together, you and I will slay the dreaded diabetes dragon.